I think what's most positive for the Children's Village is the confidence that we've gained as we navigated the pandemic. For us, starting on March 14th, when we
Mhm.
made two commitments. One was a commitment to our staff that since we could not close, kids live with us, people depend on us, so remote work was not a possibility. We needed our staff to stand by us, and we said, look, if you stand with us, we will do everything to be there for you. And they did. They came to work, especially during peak COVID, which for us
Mm.
was March 14th through the end of May, when we had
Yeah.
infections all over the place. I never had a night when I didn't have staff that had already volunteered and said, I'll be there. If she can't be there, I'll be there. If he can't be there, I'll be there. So in our confidence about our people has been incredible. And the second is a commitment that we made to the kids and the families we serve, that we would not leave them behind. Because
Mm.
unlike many of us, including me, that could go elsewhere and not be in the heart of the pandemic, the people we serve had no option. They live in
Right.
these homes, they live in these neighborhoods. They don't have a lot of flexibility. This is where they had to be. And we promised not to leave them behind. And I'm really proud to say that we didn't. We are with them even right now.
These are incredibly trying times to talk about being proud of the people that work alongside you for the intensity and integrity of their work. But I laud you. Let's tell me, when you think about 2021, what's something that you will take with you? What is something new or maybe slightly different going forward?
I think there are a couple of things that we want to take with us. One is our people need a lot more. Even with the
Right.
vaccine, unemployment will be high amongst a lot of our people because many of them were tied either to the gig economy or to the
Mm.
restaurant industry, and some of that will take time to return. So we need to be there for them. And what they need is not always what we've given them. In the
Right.
past, prior to COVID, we thought there was a big piece of our work that focused on mental health. Um, and truly, coming out of COVID, I can tell you that the people we serve are some of the most mentally healthy, incredibly resilient people I've ever
That's
met.
amazing.
But they
That's
need
amazing.
food, they need good housing. We need to
Yep.
change the segregation that we have so willingly created and allowed to continue. And we want to make sure that we don't take for granted the kind of economy that we've created, where some of us, me included,
Mhm.
we've always been chosen and mentored and networked and promoted, and so many others have been denied. They're not chosen, they're not mentored, they're not
Right.
networked, they're forced into failing schools. Going into 2021, I don't want to forget what it looks like to have so many people who have been denied the basic promise of democracy that I take for granted every day.
I think you're bringing up a very valid point that can be stated writ large, not just for your community or for New York City, but for the Northeast, certainly for this country, and maybe for many others. Let me tie that back to our agenda for our Children's Support Foundation event for today, which is thinking about having an impact in the myriad of ways in which that can be done. What's one way in which you would like to see CV, Children's Village, have a greater impact in 2021, 22, 23, the years to come?
I think the number one thing that we want to do more of, and the place where I hope we will always be measured first, is keeping families together.
Right.
We've created a system where so many families are ripped apart. And there's nothing worse than losing your children. Dave, I know you're a dad, so am I.
Yep.
I can't imagine grappling with the loss of a child. I can't imagine having someone knock on my door to say, you have not been the parent that you should be, and we're taking your kids away. The fact is that most of the children that are separated from parents who are poor. And being poor
Right.
does not mean that you should lose your children. And we are going to measure our impact on the number of families we keep together.